Oh, okay. So this is my first live YouTube video I have ever done. I've never done one before, so go easy on me. Never done this before. Um, so, as you can tell by the title, you probably expected some guy, some man, but actually this is about a man named Craig William Cureton of Fishers, Indiana. If the name Cureton rings a bell, you've probably seen one of his many sons' YouTube videos. It is, I guess, his interview thing, I'm not quite sure, but I actually made a post on that video talking about how, yeah, he's my half brother. Um, Recently, I made my first YouTube video uh, saying that I really do want to find my half siblings. I recently found out that I have an older sister. Never knew she existed until like 3 days ago. So I am more than thrilled to be able to meet her. However, that got me thinking about how many other siblings do I have? I do know of a 2 or 3-year-old new sibling, but we'll get into all that a little later on. Because if you really, really want to know what a crap fest is, this is exactly what it is. So, my last name is Cureton, of course, because he's my donor. Father, someone who's there. A donor, someone who just can't keep it wrapped. Well, how do I explain this in the most kindest way? Besides, in this video, I will be slut-shaming my own biological father, Craig William Cureton of Fishers, Indiana. Yeah, pretty sure people have never slut-shamed a parent before, but this is going to be the first. If not, maybe the third, fourth, I don't know. Let's just get started with, I guess, talking a little bit about him. He's a walking African-American stereotype. Once he has a child with someone, if he's not married to him, he flees, he runs, like way away. Gosh, there's a lot to say about him. A few years ago, about a year or so after I graduated, or maybe like a couple of months or so, I got to thinking when I went to the doctor. She asked me about my family history of like, just basically do certain things run in my family, cancers, anything like that. So I was just like, okay, all right, and then I just, longest pause, and I was just like, I don't know anything about my dad's side. I don't know if there's certain cancers or anything like that runs in the family. The only thing that I know is that he slept with my mom, got her pregnant, and didn't want nothing to do with her. Well, so I thought, you know what? There's Facebook, there's Instagram now, there's all these different things. He's got to be on the internet somewhere. So I looked him up, found out that he had a Facebook, and I was just like, okay, well, you know what? I'm going to contact him. So after I contacted him, he claimed that he was trying to find me and just all this other stuff. And I was like, oh, well, that's great. Like that made me feel like I actually mattered to him. And then I wasn't just some offspring that he just didn't want. And so I was like, okay, all right. We got really, really close, really fast. Texting, calling. I was asking all kinds of questions because as a child of, or as a daughter of someone whose parent just decides just to abandon them, there are a lot of questions. And so one of my first questions was, how did you and my mom meet? So he told me about that. I thought, wow, like that sounds really romantic. However, it didn't turn out to be romantic. It didn't end in a marriage or anything like that. It just ended with him being just a man whore, Well, anywho, so gonna put this a couple months go by, and I realized that my mom has been in an incredibly great mood lately. Now, keep in mind, he lives in Indiana, Fishers, Indiana, still, and we live in Texas. So I figured, that my mom and him were never going to speak. Well, my mom was in such a good mood is because I found out that they were talking again. They were in a relationship. They were sending each other love letters, like little love text messages, and like sending pictures of like what they're up to, and really, really, really cute stuff. However, I found out that he was still legally married to Carla. I don't know how to pronounce out her middle name, but it begins with a G. Cureton. And I wasn't really quite okay with the fact that he was still married and cheating. But the fact that it was with my mom, I was like, well, that's okay. Well, why is it that he's doing that? Is there a reason specifically for that? And I end up finding out that his marriage is terrible. There's no love life. They're not romantic with each other. He moved into the guest bedroom. He moved all of his clothes in there. He just didn't want anything to do with her. He said that he's just waiting to divorce her until after the kids are gone and they've moved out and they're no longer at home. And so I thought, oh, okay, all right. I'm being understanding of it. And I'm thinking, so they're no longer emotionally married. It's just legal at this point. So I'm thinking, okay, well, as long as he's being honest, and as long as they both agree that they want to get divorced, then okay. And besides, I have no right to tell my mom who she can and cannot date. I am her daughter, not her mother. So a year or so goes by, and I wind up meeting him in person. He comes down to visit me. And he visits me and my mom, and we are just thrilled. We go to the airport, we go and pick him up, and we are just blaring music, just singing, just talking. We're just really, really connecting. And I thought, this is fantastic. This is awesome. Like, I've never had that experience before where I have my biological father and my mom in the same car, and we're all talking and we're all hanging out. Well, believe this happened in 2015. So while he's down here, he spends a lot of time with me and my mom, just as a family, I guess you could say that. Really fucked up family, which you will see in a second, and just wait till I get to the end, because it is a bit of a whirl. So Craig decides that he's not he wants to start a life with my mom. He starts telling us, or like mostly telling her, about how he wants to be with her. He wants to move down here. They were looking at houses together. The entire thing. So he was down here for, I think a week. I think a week was right. As we were spending time together, we had gone swimming and all this and everything. And yes, they slept in the same bed together. They did, because I would tell them, good night, Mom, good night, Dad. I'll see you guys in the morning. I never got to say that before, so it was definitely a new experience for me, and I thought it was awesome. Well, yeah, when he had gone back, everything changed. He no longer wanted a father-daughter relationship with me at the point that he wasn't even trying anymore. Not at all. It was almost like he wanted nothing to do with me and then I was a pest in his life. I never asked for money, never asked for a car, never asked for a house or anything. I never asked for anything except for a father-daughter relationship, which in my opinion costs $0. Well, obviously to him it costs everything because I wasn't worth having a relationship with. So I thought, okay, well, I'm not going to be down. I'm not going to let him push me on the ground, and I won't. Well, I thought, okay, well, you know what? Can't force him to act like a dad. He's 51, 52, 53 years old. He's not wanting to grow up yet. Even in his 50s, he's not going to grow up ever. Well, at this point, he was still pursuing a relationship with my mom. So my mom would often tell him, sorry, I had a text. My mom would often tell him, you need to talk to Elena. You should talk to Elena. She's your daughter. Da 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 da. Well, he would send one text, 2 texts, that's it. Well, my mom got tired of it. She got sick and tired of his lies, him saying that he is going to be leaving Carla Cureton. He doesn't want anything to do with her. Their marriage is a lie. It's a hoax. He feels like he's living a double life. Feels like his kids are using him. Well, the kids that are living with him, which would be Chelsea Cureton and another one, I think. I don't know. I'm not very close with them because Craig will not allow me to even have contact with him because he's so scared that I'm going to tell about his, about his affairs. His affairs, plural, yes. But anywho, so my mother decided I'm cutting him off. So around 2016, I think it was around 2016, my mom decided to just put it to a halt. It was done. Their relationship was over because she didn't feel like it was right for him to constantly cheat on Carla Cureton over and over and over again. And I'm with her. Yes, Carla may not be the nicest person in the world toward me, but that doesn't mean that I want her to catch an STD or something from Craig. No. But, what are you going to do? Well, time goes by, and he doesn't want a relationship with me because he's no longer getting any sexual attention from my mom. He's no longer getting, well, you know, his area happy or up or whatever it is by my mom. So instead, he decides to he decides to get his neighbor pregnant. Yeah, his neighbor pregnant. So she's walking around with a 2-3-year-old by now. Carla doesn't even know. Well, I mean, she knows now because I'm just not going to say the rest. But, and up to this point, I've had no contact with him. Didn't want to text him. He changed his number on me, didn't even tell me. So nothing like that. Of course, he's only going to contact me if he needs like a organ or something. Other than that, no, I'm not anything much for him. But, so here recently I found out that I have an older sister. She's 2 years older than me, and I think that's awesome. I think that's great. She wants to talk to me. She wants contact with me, and that's fantastic. I think it's great. I think it's great at the fact that she wants to have contact with me, and I want to have contact with her too. However, with my other siblings, Craig has manipulated them into thinking that I'm not worth contacting and to not contact me because I'm crazy. I am unstable. I am a liar, possibly. I mean, I have no idea. He's done the same thing to other siblings as well. So that's wrong. He keeps sleeping with the same women over and over again, and then he wonders why he's so scared. Carla, if you ever see this, I'm really sorry. But the world has got to know what kind of man he is. He's going to keep sleeping around with women until he catches something and then gives it to you. And I don't think that's right. I think that's incredibly wrong. So, here recently, I have been exposing him for the kind of a-hole that he is. He is a liar and a master manipulator. Now, the videos and texts and pictures I've seen of him and my mom's contact with one another, it's one, I think I need therapy after seeing all that, and two, wow. When I see the videos of him talking about how much he loves my mom, how much he wants to be with her and have a life with her down here, and just everything, he's incredibly good at acting. I will give you that. He's incredibly great at it, which I guess that's where I get my talent from acting from. However, he's using it for the completely wrong kind of reasons. When I was listening to all the videos of him, sometimes even crying, of him just being just an emotional wreck and just telling my mom how much that he loves her and how much he wants to be with her, he actually made me believe it for a split second. And then when the video was over, I snapped right back out of it, and I was just like, you know what? He's lying. He's lying. He's lying to every woman that he cheats on Carla with, including Carla as well. So if you so happen to see this, and if you are a female that has had this kind of stuff happen to you before, please let people know about this. Please do. Because honestly, this kind of game is getting old. Men sleeping with multiple women at the same time, getting them knocked up and thinking that they don't have to do anything. They have zero responsibility in it. Craig thinks that it's fun to sleep around with women in the state of Indiana, in the town of Fishers, Indianapolis, I'm sure multiple other cities. However, it's not fun for me, because a couple days ago I was thinking, you know what? I can't ever go back to my hometown. My mother asked me, well, why is that? And I said, well, for the simple fact is I can't date anyone up there. And she goes, well, why is that? And I said, well, if I was to ever move up there for college or anything like that, I can't date anybody. If I so happen to meet someone who's nice, great guy, in the back of my mind, I will be thinking, is he one of Craig William Cureton's kids? Is he my half-brother? I don't want to spend my first date in a DNA testing center. Either getting my blood drawn or my mouth swabbed. I mean, that's not sexy. I mean, not gonna open my mouth on a first date. No, I'm not going to. So, knowing all this kind of made me, oh, okay, you know. But that's not the reason why I'm making this video. The big reason why I'm making this video is because he decides that he's going to use me as a scapegoat to not speak to my older sibling, the recent one I found or met through social media. Would like to meet her in person, however. I think it'd be awesome. But yeah. Using me as a scapegoat and as an excuse to not want to have contact with her because he's afraid that she's going to go on his social media and embarrass him just like I did. And I'm not going to lie. I did do that. I had posted on his Facebook, why is it that you can't have a father-daughter relationship with me, but then yet you can have it with the other two girls? What exactly is the difference? What's the difference there? His boss called him, was asking him about like, what the heck is all this? Or like I don't know, he probably lied about that. But he got upset about it. And that's not what ended stuff. That's not what ended that's not what ended the whole us not talking. Us not talking was because my mom stopped being in a romantic relationship with him. So because of that, I do not get to have a father because he can't decide on his own that just because I'm not having a relationship, a romantic relationship with her mother, that doesn't mean that I shouldn't have a relationship with her. I mean, that's common knowledge. Who cares? You're married. If you're not happy, which you are not, divorce Carla for real and then just never get married again. You're not the marriage type, Craig. You're not. And get a vasectomy. Save all the women the trouble and get a vasectomy. I mean, it's not going to be like you're not already freaking castrated as it is. I mean, come on, let's face it. You can't even divorce your wife because you're not making any money. She is. So you're living off of her. Big time. That's why you're not divorcing her. It's because she makes the money. And when she's gone, you have nothing. You have nothing. You're not only the biggest man whore I've ever met, but you're also a gold digger. I mean, a nurse? Come on. Come on. Really? I mean, no offense, Carla, but I mean, I don't even know how to say the sentence besides Carla. You may not be a big queen supermodel, size 2, 20-some years old, and that's fine. That doesn't matter. But the fact that your husband isn't treating you right, and you're standing there paying him for it, giving him money to go and cheat on you, that's exactly what you're doing. Pretty sure your whole neighborhood knows that he knocked up your neighbor. So that little biracial baby that you probably see hanging around, that's his. That is his kid. And everyone probably knows it. And it doesn't say anything to you because they're not being real with you at all. I am. I'm being 100% real with you right now. It's disturbing at the fact that I'm completely embarrassed of Craig William Cureton. Oh yeah, he does have a Facebook. He does have an Instagram. I don't have his number anymore because I would definitely give that out in a heartbeat. But he lives in Fishers, Indiana. So if you so happen to see him on Facebook, give him a message. If you're having a crappy day, take it out on him. He probably doesn't even care. He's not going to do anything either. Don't worry about that because that takes effort. And what I've clearly realized is that if anything takes effort, he doesn't want nothing to do with it. Hence, building a father-daughter relationship with me takes effort. He didn't want to do that. Oh, no. Nah. He didn't want to do that. And you know what? That's fine. I just want to make sure that women understand is that men will lie. I mean, he moved his clothes into the guest bedroom to lie to my mom about his marriage, to really, really sell it. Yeah, he's pretty good at it. I will give him that. I will give him that. He is really, really good at lying. Like, scary good at lying. Master of manipulation, 100%. I'm actually starting to think he's a narcissist. But, yeah, he definitely cares only about himself. does not care about your feelings. Now, if you are a poor, unfortunate soul that has gotten pregnant by Craig Cureton, I am sorry. From the bottom of my heart, I am very, very sorry. That's got to be god-awful to be able to experience the fact that he doesn't want anything to do with you, but only it's just like some side piece of meat. Guys, this could be you. This could be you. You could be in his position with a bunch of kids, but one of them decides to create a video of a nightmare of offspring past. Yeah. So don't be silly and wrap your willies. There's a reason why that's a saying. It's to protect men from this situation right here. And ladies, it wouldn't kill you to take birth control. Wouldn't kill you. And if you're married and you're just keep cheating over and over again, just divorce them. If you're only sticking with them for money, then do the whole world a favor and just go get a job. Just go and get a job. Go back to school. Do things like that. Sorry, I got people texting me up the yin yang. But just leave them. And if you know that your husband or your wife is cheating on you, get the heck out of that relationship. You do not want to deal with that. I will tell you that right now. I mean, you could be in Carla Cureton's situation and have your husband cheating on you, and then you just keep giving him money. Hey, here's some money. But you're paying him to cheat on you because you think he's spending the money on other stuff, but he's spending the money on other women. Your hard-earned money is being spent on other women. How does that make you feel? As women, how would that make you feel? Knowing that you're working your ass off, paying the bills, doing things like that, but then your husband is going next door, and having sex with the neighbor, the same person who may come to your cookouts, your teenagers' graduations, your birthday parties, your holiday parties, things like that. How would that make you feel knowing that that biracial baby that she's hanging on to is your husband's? When you say it out loud, when you hear it out loud, really gets you thinking, like, damn, that sucks. And it does. It must suck a lot. However, if Carla does know, and if you are watching this, and if you do know, you're a very, very desperate woman to keep him around. And also very dangerous because he could very easily just give you an STD. He's not going to care. He's not going to care. He doesn't care enough to stop cheating on you, but he does care about himself enough to just keep having unprotected sex with other women. I mean, honestly, is the man allergic to condoms or what's the deal, right? I mean, I have two older brothers by the same mother. I have another older brother from a different mother. I have a newly found older sister from a different mother. Then there's me from a different mother. And then there is two sisters, which is Carla's daughters. And then there's the new baby, the 2 or 3 year old baby sibling. Yep. And keep in mind, there's possibly more out there because I didn't even know about my older sister till like 3 days ago. So I probably have more out there somewhere, and I don't know their names. I don't even know their whereabouts. So, I mean, some of them could possibly even have last names. I don't know. And that's kind of upsetting at the fact that I don't know all my siblings. I mean, it sucks. You you see this lifestyle projected on movies, shows, and things like that of this year there's blended families. Everyone's welcoming of other people. Well, this is not that situation. It's not the situation. This is not. This is a Lifetime movie from hell. Definitely is. Definitely is. This is probably like, I mean, if Lifetime was to do a movie, it would be All My Life. But wait a second, let me correct myself. It's not a movie, it's a flippin' series, okay? A whole freaking series. That's how much BS is in my life. Oh, one other fact, fun, crazy fact. Craig William Cureton actually changed my last name to Cureton the day after I was born. The state of Indiana never said a word, and neither did he. I found out because, I was getting a ID. And so my birth certificate didn't have my gender on there. For some odd reason, in the state of Indiana, for a certain period of time, there was no gender on people's birth certificates. State of Indiana is not too bright. So what had happened was that got my birth certificate in the mail. The only thing that I was checking for was if my gender was on there, and it was F, female. Okay. I'm like, yeah, that's great. Let's go to the DMV. So we go to the DMV, and she goes, your last name is different. And I said, I'm sorry, what? On my social security card, it says the first last name I was given. But on my birth certificate, it says Craig's last name on it. And when she pointed this out to me, I was just like, oh my God, I so didn't, like, why does that say that? Well, when he actually came to visit me after I moved to Fort Worth, I asked him about it. It turns out he did. He changed my last name the day after I was born and never thought to tell anyone. But then yet he didn't want to be there whenever his daughter was very, very sick and died twice in the hospital. I did. I had died twice, and he didn't want nothing to do with me because I was a sick baby. Here I stand before you on this live YouTube video, healthy, very, very healthy. And he missed out. He really, really, really missed out. I mean, I think I'm a pretty decent daughter. However, this video just proves that I am just one of his very many offsprings. And I know what a lot of you are probably going to be thinking while you're watching this. How could she call him out like that? Oh, that is terrible. No, what's terrible is whenever you constantly cheat, sleep with other women, and expect everything to be okay in the end. He expects no consequences in his life whatsoever. Now, if you want to contact him your guys' selves, which I already have multiple times, but he doesn't want nothing to do with me because I'm way too real for him to handle, go right ahead. If you're, like I said earlier, if you're having a crappy day and you just need to blow off steam, Craig William Cureton on Facebook will be more than happy to just get your message right out there. I mean, I don't see why not. I mean, technically, I mean, why not blow off some steam on somebody who's just a really awful human being? I mean, he takes the cake on terrible people. Granted, he hasn't killed anyone or anything like that, but one thing is for sure. White women run. He only dates white women. However, he's probably had some one-night stands with some black women once or twice. You know, just to dabble in some chocolate on chocolate action. But for the most part, he's only with white women. So, please, if you do see this, and if your father is Craig William Cureton of Fishers, Indiana, don't hesitate to contact me on my Instagram. I am curly_B_, oh, sorry. My bad, totally messed up on that. Curly_Queen_B on Instagram. I think it's the same thing as my YouTube. So if you do want to contact me, go right ahead and freaking do it. Because if you're a sibling, I would love to meet you. That'd be awesome. And don't worry, I'm not going to involve you in any of this because this is just me. Because you don't use me as a scapegoat and think you're going to get away with it. Absolutely not. I'm sorry. Hold the brakes. That's not going to happen because I'm a little bit smarter than that. Well, see, I've dragged this out for 35 minutes so far, so pretty sure you're tired of hearing me and my rants, BS, so I'm going to go. And hope you guys watch this, like it, I guess. You don't have to subscribe. I'm not doing this for subscribers. Just trying to get the word out there that Craig William Cureton of Fishers, Indiana, he's a nasty man. Nasty, nasty man. All right, well, bye.